guys, my name is Ethel and welcome to my diary. Today I will be talking about the early signs or the early warnings of stroke. So if you happen to be outside any day, like on the road, and you see someone losing balance and getting confused, you should please rush up to the person and ask the person, are you okay? Is everything all right? And try and help the person to sit down comfortably. Then you ask the person, please, can you smile? Like, can you smile? And if the person tries to smile, or if the person smiles and you see that one side of the person's face is dropping or not responding to the other side of the facial expression, then you count it 1. Then you can go further and ask the person, please, can you raise your 2 hands up? And if the person raises his or her hands up and can't be able to hold the 2 hands up, and you see that one hand is kind of like dropping down, you count it 2. Then try and make the person repeat after you. Say like a simple thing, a simple sentence, and let the person repeat after you. And if you discover that the person is having a slow speech, or the person is kind of like not saying that thing you're saying well, then you count it 3. Make sure that after this you quickly call for help. Rush the person to the nearest clinic, the nearest hospital. It doesn't matter, like if it's a clinic, a hospital is a hospital. You mustn't take the person to a federal hospital, a state hospital. It can be a private or any hospital, the nearest hospital. So far it's a certified hospital, that hospital can be able to help the person, because the earlier the better. These things that I mentioned now are the early signs of stroke. Guys, this thing that I just said reminded me of sometime last year when my mom was ill, and like me then, I didn't know how to drive, so I was kind of like very scared and very much in a hurry to take her to the hospital, and no one was there to help, you know. I quickly called a hospital and told the hospital to please, can you get me an ambulance to come and take my mom, because I can see that she's about to enter a visual coma. And they were like, I should come to the hospital and make some paperwork, then give them a part payment before they can be able to bring an ambulance to my area to come and to take my mom to the hospital. And I was pissed. Like, I was pissed. Do you understand? Like, I was shocked. Like, how can they do that? It's highly unfortunate that nothing works in Nigeria, not even the hospital system works in Nigeria, and that is why people's lives are always at risk. Like, people's lives are always in danger, especially when it's something of emergency. Like, common to bring an ambulance to come and pick somebody who is very ill, and you are telling me to go to the hospital first and do a paperwork and then pay a deposit, then they can be able to come. Like, it's to show you how, I don't even know how messed up the Nigerian system is. It's very, very appalling. So, but that's by the way. Question is, how do strokes happen? Strokes happen when a blood vessel that brings oxygen to the brain is either blocked or bursts open. In general, when the brain lacks oxygen, the brain cells begins to die. So let's assume that a particular blood vessel supplying this part of the brain is blocked. What will happen is that all the body parts that this particular part of the brain is responsible for will all stop functioning. You will discover that the person's arm can no longer move, or the leg can no longer move, or the person can no longer talk, or maybe the person will have difficulty swallowing, or maybe the person might not even be able to recognize faces or even past incidents, and so on. Now let me quickly talk about the causes of stroke. Number one, a blocked artery, which is called an ischemic stroke, or a ruptured blood vessel or leaking blood vessel, which is called a hemorrhagic stroke. There's also something called a transient ischemic attack. That is a temporal disruption of blood flow to the brain, which I just don't want to talk about now. Let's just concentrate more on the two major causes of stroke. So what actually causes an ischemic stroke? It could either be as a result of fatty deposits in the blood vessel, or maybe blood clots, and so on. And when you talk about the causes of a hemorrhagic stroke, it's still as a result of, number one, either an ischemic stroke, then uncontrolled high blood pressure, aneurysm, trauma like car accidents, or maybe somebody hitting your head with a sharp object, and so on. So guys, let's talk about the risk factors. I assume that you heard when I said about a fat deposit in the blood vessel when I was talking about the ischemic stroke. Yes, the fatty deposits was actually as a result of high cholesterol, the bad cholesterol. So listen to the risk factors that I'm about to list now. Number one, being overweight. Number two, high cholesterol. 3, cardiovascular disease such as heart infection, heart defect, heart failure, and so on. Then number 4, if you have a family history of that. Then number 5, the use of illicit drugs, illegal drugs like cocaine and methamphetamine, or some people call it amphetamine. And again, age, like the age of 55 years and above is actually a risk factor. Then race, if you're a black person, like of an African American descent or an African descent, it's a risk factor. Finally, how do we prevent a stroke? Number 1, lowering the amount of cholesterol and saturated fats in our diets. Number 2, controlling our high blood pressure. Number 3, managing our diabetes. Number 4, making sure that we reduce the amount of alcohol we take on daily basis. Number 4, reduce the amount of salt you take on daily basis. Number 5, quit tobacco smoking and stay away from taking methamphetamine and what is it called, cocaine, and so on. Number 6, make sure you have a very good exercise routine. Then make sure that you eat a diet rich in fruits and vegetables and also drink enough water on daily basis. Finally, guys, don't wait till you get sick before you go visit the hospital. You have to go to the hospital like maybe every 3 months or every 4 months for a medical checkup. And if you are hypertensive, I would suggest you always check your BP and always take your medications. And again, if you're hypertensive and you happen to go to the hospital the next time, please talk to your doctor about taking an antiplatelet drugs and see what he will have to say about it. So guys, I think I've come to the end of today's video. I so much appreciate the fact that you stayed with me till the end. Thank you so much, guys. And please, if you know you haven't subscribed to my channel, like I'm talking to you, you looking at me, why haven't you subscribed to my channel? Just click on that red subscribe button and subscribe. Also click on the post notification bell so that when I drop another video, you'll be the first to get notified. Oh, won't you want that? Don't you want it? So guys, thank you so much. Love you all and remain blessed.